Boomer time, 8:27. So if you've been listening, we're talking about this incredible phenomenon, a national movement, Keep Local Alive, that was started by my guest, Bobby Johnson, and Traci Page of Karma Koffee. That's you dropping anything? You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay. Traci connected us because, that's the sort of thing you do. You're just the Pearl Mesta
I'm a
of them.
connector.
You are. And Boomer, of course, is the only locally owned radio station. We exemplify your movement. We want to wrap our arms around this phenomenon here and use the Boomer bullhorn to tell everybody about this movement and how they can get involved.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's pretty simple. There's a couple of things you can do. We have a Facebook group. That's where you can really go get involved. There's
which grew just so quickly.
Keep Local. It grew really fast. There's over 22,000 people in this group.
Keep Local Alive?
Yeah, Keep Local Alive Omaha, 22,000 people. It was the catalyst to the rest of these 75 cities that we're in now. I mean, the local people that we got involved, Traci got involved at an early stage. We have local ambassadors. We have about 5 or 6 of them here in Omaha that have run with this thing. But yeah, people get involved. Go to Keep Local Alive Omaha Facebook group. Join it. We'll ask you a couple basic questions. First one is make the pledge. Make the pledge to move 20 and save local. So it's $20 a week.
Won't cost you anything. It's just
it's a reallocation, right? Just take money that you're spending. You know where you're spending it. Just move it to a locally owned independent business. You know you are. You know who you are too. And then you can go to move20savelocal.com, make the pledge, but join the group, answer the questions, get into the group, and get active. And what's cool is, people are like, well, how do you actually take action? How do you have impact on these businesses? So we came up with something. We call it the Boost Crew. And there's about, 7,000-8,000 people within the group that are signed up for this. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So Boost, I didn't say booze, Dave. Okay, I said Boost.
Boost Crew.
Correct, Boost.
Yeah.
And the whole idea is get people, let's find a business that needs help. And everyone knows that last year was tough on these businesses, but let's identify a business that could use a little bit of a boost. Then what we do is we direct our group to that business. Say, this week it's Karma Koffee. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, everybody in the Boost Crew, go support the business. If you don't like coffee, go buy a T-shirt, go buy a gift certificate, and just support the business. Give them a financial boost. But then we also have a group of people that will just go on, they'll like and follow the page. Everybody goes there, take a picture of your food, but it creates this kind of groundswell of support for the business, not only financially, but just lingering, because once people identify these businesses, and that's the beauty of this, is so many people in our group find these businesses and they become their local favorites. Mm-hmm. And they share and they talk.
Word of mouth. Which is what radio does.
Yes.
We are the ultimate word of mouth. And one more thing that people like I want to know, okay, can you identify the local businesses?
Yeah, so no, at this point you can't. Locally owned independent businesses, and I say independent intentionally, because there is a difference, and this is part of the education of what we're trying to do. People say, oh, well, Dunkin' Donuts is a local business. The owner lives here. And I'm like, well, that's a little bit different. They're supported by a corporate marketing budget. But yeah, so to truly identify locally owned independents, meaning that owner lives in the community, because that's important. That's how that recycle rate stays so high. So yeah, we've got the listing out there. It's called KLAOmaha.com. It's growing, but it is a listing where if you go to it, and we're going to turn it into an app very shortly, you go to it, every business that you see in there, you'll know is locally owned independent, meaning we verified that owner actually lives in the community. So yeah.
Oh, that's great. And that app isn't, not yet.
The listing is there. So it's KLAOmaha.com.
KLA
Omaha.
Claw.
Omaha. KLAOmaha.com.
What does KLA stand for?
Keep Local Alive.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't want to trick you, Dave.
Thank you. I'm paying attention. It's just like, wait a minute. Okay, thank you. Thanks for your patience.
No worries. Yeah. So so there's 300 or 400 businesses in there. We'll soon have 3,000 or 5,000, but probably not more towards summer, because it does take a little bit of work to get that up and running. But it's there. So yeah. So we'll have that app launched, and that'll be everyone's guide to. And the beauty of this is for people in Omaha. Obviously, you'll be able to find your local gems. But let's say you travel. Let's say you travel into I don't know, Chicago or not Chicago. Let's go to another smaller market. But when you go to that market, it's going to go with you, and you pull up your Yokel app or your Keep Local
and you
Live
say,
app.
"Hi, I'm Bobby Johnson from Omaha. I heard about you on Keep Local Alive, and I'm here to support you."
Yeah.
And you make an association with the person. It's all relationships.
It's 100%.
Yes.
You know, we
That's what you do, Tracy, every morning
every day.
and when you're whipping up your foam.
It is connection, and the locals and the regulars that you get when they find you. Those are gems right there. And it's not just restaurants and coffee shops. It's your local plumber. It's your local seamstress. It's all these other businesses that are struggling as well. And so the local, it's so broad. It's not just where you go to eat. It's what you do in everything you do.
Everything. Right.
Yep. They're very important.
A way of life.
Yeah.
So this is not just a passing fad. This is a way for us to live.
Yeah, I tell people, I'm like, this is something was going on way before COVID. All COVID did was shine a spotlight on the issue because it decimated the local business community, and we've lost a lot. But to keep it going, and it is a way of life, Dave, you said that great. I go, once you start visiting these businesses, you realize it's so beyond it. There's a human element to all of this, right? There's an owner that lives in your community, goes to your church, the kids go to your school, and they've decided they were going to take a risk and bring a product or a service to the community for you to enjoy. So it's not only are you supporting a local business, but you're getting a product or a service, and you're meeting more than likely the owner somewhere around there. It's just that whole experience, the human element of this whole thing.
Which fills up our soul.
Absolutely.
It fills up our soul.
There's stories behind these businesses. There's families behind these businesses.
Keep Local Alive, Bobby Johnson, and the iridescent Traci page of Karma Coffee. Thanks, you guys. It's just the beginning of our conversation,
Yes.
I'm sure.
Thank you, Dave.
Great to see you.
Thanks,
and great
Bobby.
to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Bobby.
Music that makes you feel good. Boomer Radio.